The question is now, should there be a suspension for Brittney Griner? And now that is a different question. Should there be a suspension for Brittney Griner? For me, the answer is yes. Because the reason why, in real time, you could definitely chalk this up as being unintentional. But then after she got... Look, the ball's nowhere to... Like, she goes... Griner makes no attempt to grab the ball here. Like, Griner is nowhere near the ball. She's not within a meter of the ball. The ball is not within a meter of her by
March. That's the earliest we're looking at for WNBA free agency according to Front Office Sports. And if you think that timeline works, you haven't done the math, because between early March and May 8th, the scheduled season opener, the league needs to squeeze in free agency, an expansion draft, a lottery, the regular draft on April 9th, and somehow get all 30 teams through training camp starting April 19th. That's not a tight schedule. That's a logistical nightmare waiting to implode.
And the fact that there is a history of Aaliyah Boston and Brittney Griner going at it. With the way Unrivaled have been with almost withholding players, like they have no issue with if a player has an injury they can play with them sitting out. They have no issue with being overly cautious with everything. So when it comes to another player, for lack of a better word, cheap shotting another player, and they're suddenly not overly cautious with this, for me, that is a bit of...
Here's what nobody's talking about. The schedule already dropped. Teams know their opponents. Arenas are booked. Tickets are on sale. But the Players' Union has been waiting over a month for a response to their proposal. 30% revenue share, $10 million salary cap, $249,000 supermax, and as of last Friday, radio silence from the league. So, we've got this bizarre situation where the WNBA is acting like everything's fine while the foundation is actively crumbling.
Unfortunately, because of proximity to Caitlin Clark, amongst the WNBA media, it's fair game. Aaliyah Boston is fair game. Like, it's Aaliyah Boston's fair game, Lexi Hull's fair game, Sophie Cunningham's fair game. You are allowed to go out and try to hurt an Indiana Fever player. Heck, Sydney Colson was fair game when JC Sheldon jumped through her knee. Like, the ball, Sid Colson was picking up the ball, and JC Sheldon jumped from behind, slid through her knees, and injured her. Like what JC Sheldon did to Sydney Colson.
Training camp. That's the piece everyone keeps glossing over. You can't just throw players together 3 weeks before opening night and expect championship-level basketball. Weight room conditioning, offensive systems, defensive rotations, team chemistry. All of that takes time. The typical timeline has free agency wrapped by early February specifically. So teams have 2 full months that prepare. Now they're looking at maybe 3 weeks if they're lucky. And we're supposed to believe the product won't suffer.
If Aaliyah caught Brittney Griner with this, I'm fully believe that Aaliyah would be suspended by Unrivaled. I fully believe it. But because in the psychotic world of the WNBA, Fever players are fair game. Whether that's fair game from commentators, fair game from the media, fair game from other players. You are allowed to attack their character.
Let's walk through what actually has to happen here. Best case scenario, the CBA gets signed by early February. That gives the league exactly 4 weeks to conduct free agency in March. But it's not just free agency. Golden State's expansion draft has to happen. That means every team needs to submit their protected lists. The Valkyries make their selections. Then those players need to relocate and integrate with a brand new franchise. Then you've got the college draft on April 13th, bringing in another wave of rookies. And somehow all of this resolves itself by April 19th when training camps open.
In general, that's something like this. You could say, oh yeah, is worthy of a suspension. But when it comes to Unrivaled, and it being this buddy league and players, you don't actually have to play. We'll just you can pay to train. You don't have to play. This isn't a real sports league type thing. At the end of the day, it is like, it's one of those things.
The Vegas Aces open against Phoenix on May 8th. That's the target date the league keeps promoting. But think about what that means for a team that might lose a key player in the expansion draft, sign 2 new free agents in March, and draft a rookie in April. A'ja Wilson could be running plays with teammates she's known for less than 3 weeks. Kelsey Plum might be learning a completely revamped offensive system on the fly. That's not professional basketball. That's organized chaos with a television contract.
just a little small bit of history. Like, we've seen Brittney Griner swing elbows. We've seen Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston does Aaliyah Boston things. When she drops steps, she keeps her arms high, and it's very like. And the thing is, like, it's ironically based on the rules of basketball. It is a perfectly legal elbow to the face. Like, she's in her cylinder. There's nothing wrong with it in the rules of basketball, but she does elbow people in the face. Let's be very clear here. It is.
And here's the part that should terrify every WNBA fan. Both sides keep emphasizing they don't want a lockout. The owners have reportedly said they have no interest in invoking one. The players' union authorized a strike in December, but called it a precautionary measure. So, nobody wants to stop the season. Great. But what they're proposing instead might actually be worse. Because starting a season with unprepared teams, incomplete rosters, and zero chemistry doesn't just hurt the product. It damages the league's credibility in the most important growth year in WNBA history.
When it comes to the WNBA media, and reading when it comes to this league, and ironically, when it comes to Unrivaled, it might be even worse. It might end up being even worse. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think that she should be, Griner should be suspended? Do you guys think Brittney Griner or Aaliyah Boston deserved it? If you think the latter, genuinely crazy. But yeah, it is what it is. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment.